Hello boys and girls, this is Miss Salazar. I'm here for the summer program. Earlier this week we talked about sound and the notes and the vibrations that it makes and how sound travels to our ears so that we can hear the different music and notes. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about more specific about music and the notes and the vibrations and the waves that they make. Okay. So if you recall from last lesson, that music is basically when a bunch of notes get together and they make music. Okay, so notes. Before we get started, there are different instruments that make different sounds, correct? And all of the instruments that we have been making are basically 4 families. Okay, all of the instruments that you know about fall into at least one of these categories. Okay, the first family that you need to know about is the string family, and it's very easy because basically it has only strings. Okay, so like the piano, the violin, the guitar, that's a string instrument. The woodwind instrument is basically all your flutes, all your recorders, or your clarinets. Okay, the brass family are basically your tuba, your saxophone, your trumpets. If you're in 5th grade, you get to pick which of your orchestra do you guys want to pick, okay? And look. Next, my favorite one of the families is the percussion family, which is basically all the drums and the xylophones, all of those instruments, okay? Today, we're going to be making an instrument from the percussion family and from the string family, okay? The woodwinds and the brass are harder to make, but not impossible, okay? But I'm going to focus on the percussion and the string family today. Before we get started on making those instruments, I need to let you know that all of the notes that make up the music are basically sound waves, okay? So there are waves, as I told you last time on our last lesson, when vibrations begin, they start to travel and touch other particles until it reaches, right, our ears. So basically, they form a wavelength, okay? So this wavelength, the very first one is basically, if you have a wavelength, and you start to move one of them, and you go up and down. This is the basic wavelength, okay? So this specific wavelength makes a sound, a note, which is one of those, okay? A note, musical notes that we can read, okay? If more vibrations happens and more waves start to happen, then it gets higher and higher, different types of notes. So the notes come from the different wavelengths or the waves that the sound makes, okay? Just to make a little bit, to clarify. So all of these instruments make a type of note, okay? And we, as humans, we write the notes over here so that we can read them, okay? That's how we read music, so we can make it. So technically, we can write music as if they were letters, and we get one of these music sheets and grab an instrument, and we can start playing with that instrument, those notes, okay? So music, so that we're all making the same type of wavelength, so that we'll know what the notes are in. Alrighty, let's get started. We're going to be making some drums, and I'm going to show you 2 specific ways to make the drums. There's 2 easy ones, okay? Okay, let me show you. The very first one, very easy, that you're going to be using are cups. Different types of or shapes and sizes of cups will be preferable. Okay, so you can make different sound wavelengths. That would be better. So if you have the same one, it will just make the same sound. So if you have different cup sizes and shapes, that would be great. And you're going to be using tape. Because it's so big, I'm going to be using some scissors to cut the tape. Okay, let me show you what we're going to be doing first. Okay, so I have scissors, tape, and the cup. I'm going to start with the big cup so you can see. Okay, so this is the regular cup, right, that we have. I'm going to be using the tape, and I'm going to cover the top of the cup, but in a specific way. Remember how we did the, to show that we could see the sound when we put the sprinkles or the salt or the sand on top, has to be airtight. In order to do that, you first put a tape right across, And then you make another one, tape, like a cross. And I'll show you just a minute before I cut it, so you'll know. See, there's still some space in here, but that's what we're gonna cut. We're gonna make sure that we cover, okay? Gonna make another one right there. It's always better to come across, so you get all of them. And then one more. I have one more. There we go. Spots that needs to be covered. Cut it. Gonna flip tab so I'll know which one it is. I'm gonna make sure to press the side. Again, we want air pocket inside, so we need to make sure that it's pressed. All done. Okay. So you bang on it. You put your finger on it too, or you can use something else to, like a marker. It'll work. I'll show you a little trick later on how to make it better or make it louder, okay? So we're going to do the same thing with these two different cups, different sizes. Very easy. Remember the trick when you do these types of drums is to come across. There we go. One more. Like that, across. Make a cross. Another one. Fill in so there'll be no air pocket airouts coming in. Alrighty. You do the same with the other one, with this small one. But I wanted to show you the trick so I can make it louder. So if you just hang on it, see that sound? There's not much sound. But this is a trick that you guys need to do. When you flip it, if you can cut the bottom part of your cup, it will make it louder. I can try and use it with the scissors, but be very careful, okay? Sometimes if the scissors doesn't work, there's a specific tool too, like a box cutter. Please do not use this unless there's an adult with you. Please, please. So basically you're going to cut around the bottom side. So let me show you what it would look like. So I cut the bottom part, you see, on both of them. There's nothing. I cut it in. And let me show you the difference that it makes, okay? And let me show you the one that is not cut. This one is way louder. And the same thing with the red cup ones. When you have the one that's not covered, it's louder than the one that does not have it. So it would be even better if you have two cups, one without it and one with, and you can make different sound waves because of how the vibrations are going, okay? So these are different ways that you can make drums very easily. You just need cup and tape, okay? Let me show you the next one that you can be doing with drums, okay? This one is not as easy. It's still easy, but it's a lot better sounding, okay? Again, if you can make it a different type of shape or cup, that would be better. All this one I'm going to be using different cups. And I'm using balloons and some rubber bands, okay? These are really easy and simple to do too. I will also be needing some scissors. Okay, this is what you're going to be doing. I'm going to start with the paper. You're going to grab your balloon and you're going to cut the balloon not near the neck. This is the neck of the balloon. Not near the neck, but a little bit under the neck. We want this part of the balloon, not this. You can throw that one away. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pulling it apart. That's a cape, right? And you're going to put it on top of your cup. I put my finger in there because it will stretch right back out. Oh my goodness, I can't. There we go. You want to stretch it as much as you can. You're going to grab a rubber band. You're going to place it around the cup so that the balloon does not pop back out. Very easy. As you can see, it makes a completely different sound because of the material that is vibrating over here. I'm going to do the same with the smaller cup. Again, you grab the balloon. All you do is cut below the neckline of the balloon. You are going to stretch it. And you place it on top of your cup. Try to stretch it as far as you can because that will make the sound of the drum. Again, you grab a rubber band and you wrap it around. Okay? The rubber band helps the balloon stay in place. And again, you get different sound waves. So this is a separate one. Okay? This is the second time for the drums that you can make for the percussion family. So there's different many types of way that you can do a drums, which is the easiest ones that you can make. Okay, I'm ready to show you the string family. The string family is really easy. So I'm going to be making a type of guitar, okay, that you can make. You can use any type of cardboard box. You can use your cereals. I would prefer for this one that we're going to be making with me, a smaller box. It could be like this one that's the Toaster Turtles, or a tissue box, which is the easiest one because it already has a hole in the middle. If you pick one of the other boxes, that's fine, but you just need to make sure you need to cut a big circle, okay? That's why I picked the tissue box. It's the easiest one because it has a hole. All I did was just cut around to make the hole bigger and more circle shape. Okay, that's all I did. I grabbed an old tissue box and I cut the sides to make it around a circle. Okay, all I'm gonna be doing this for our guitar is gonna be using the tissue box, some rubber bands, and I'm gonna try to hold until I can see you, so you can see the difference. I try to pick different sizes of the rubber bands, again to make it a different wavelengths. Okay, so different sizes of the rubber bands would help. Okay, you're also gonna be using a straw and some scissors. Okay, so all I'm gonna be doing is gonna be taking each of the rubber bands. I'm gonna stretch them out a little bit because they need to go around the box. So I'm gonna take the box. I'm gonna put the rubber band around it, just like this. Very easy. Grab the next one. I try to make sure to grab either the smallest ones first or the big ones. Doesn't matter. But if you start with the smaller ones, keep on going. The next smaller ones, the next big ones, the next one, the next one, and the next one. Okay. That would also make it. You have to make it different wavelengths. So it has to be a different type of rubber band. That's my third one. Some of these rubber bands are not the same size. Some are thicker. That also makes a difference. You can always play around with the rubber bands. That's why I like these, because they were different colors and you can clearly see the difference in how thick they were and how they would work. Alright. So, we are not done with making our guitar, because this one, if you pluck it, it's not going to make a big sound. Here's where the straw comes in. So you got the straw, you cut it in half. Alrighty. And you're going to be placing the straw right under the rubber bands. I'm going to place it right there. And then the same on the next side, on the other side, right here. You should immediately hear the difference. It sounds more like a traditional string instrument should sound. You can also see, or try to see, the difference in the rubber bands. Make sure you leave some space in between them. That's all you did. Okay? So this is how it's going to be. If you pluck, it's better if you pluck it, and when I mean pluck it, you just grab a little and let it go. they should be making different sounds. Another trick that I learned that you can make different sounds that don't sound the same is if you move the straws either closer together or different, it makes a different sound entirely because it is obviously making the wavelength shorter. So it makes a different sound and notes. Again, you can play around with it and make different ones. And hopefully you'll be able to make songs pretty soon, okay? And that's easy peasy a guitar. There are many other ways that you can make with many different other instruments. If you can make a new instrument, please let me know so that I can hear it. If you have any more questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to help, okay? Have fun, you guys, with making your instruments this week. Bye!